go ahead, I would just like to come in and introduce myself. So my name is Ashna Dugal. Just like Samir mentioned, for better or worse, we are your co-hosts for today and tomorrow. And it's such a pleasure to be here, be in a room full of industry leaders like all of you. I'm a lawyer myself, and so I take pride in how this profession is something that really keeps you on your toes. I mean, you would agree how these are laws that keep changing, and that's how dynamic the entire environment is. So I really appreciate you being here and learning, and just being a good audience here. So appreciate all the questions. Before we move ahead, I think it's time to honor WLF. And for this, I would like to invite Agricultural Bank of Egypt to honor the World Lawyers Forum and Azam Ghani.
Thank you so much, the Agricultural Bank of Egypt. See, I was talking about this in the morning. This is the love we get from our legal community. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So before we dive into the next session, I think we'll have a group photo to commemorate this remarkable gathering. So I just request you guys to please move towards the designated area for the photo. And then after that, we'll take a short break and be right back. So I request you all to come on in the front for a group photo. Welcome back. I think we'll now start with session 2 on the role of technology in modern law practice. Our next session will explore how technology is revolutionizing, of course, the way legal practice works. We've seen a lot of changes come in with the advent of technology, and of course, a boon or a bane. You guys decide that. But we're going to dive deep into how the legal industry is trying to cope up with the kind of technology challenges and changes that it brings. Please join me in welcoming our moderator, Mohamed Afir, Managing Partner, Legal and Compliance Advisor at Maghreb Legal Compliance, Morocco, along with our esteemed panelists, Dr. Abd Almageed Eisa, General Legal Counsel at Elite Legal Consultancy Firm UAE, Mehak Aster, Advocate at High Court Balochistan, Pakistan, Sakshi Singhal, Advocate at Sakshi Law Associates, India, and Mr. Sakar S. Yadav, Founder at Lex Legis Solutions Private Limited, India. Before I give it away to Mohamed Afir, Mr. Sakir wanted to just speak for a few. Mr. Sakir, over to you.
Hi, can we have the doors closed? Hi, good morning, everybody. And before we start the session, I have a small question. Can you name the country with the largest number of laws that they have or that they had around 2010, 2014? Any idea? Anybody can? Oh, very good. Thank you. There were 2,500 laws that was active in 2000, around 2012, 2014. 2,500 laws. It's extremely complex. But I saw in the starting of the session, there was a reward given to people who answered correctly, sir. I have a very beautiful cufflink for you. It is a magnetic compass. All right. Can you please come and take it? The reason I asked this question because... Thank you, please. The reason that I asked this question was because in the morning, a lot of questions, it was asked, people have come from Africa, people have come from US, but it was not mentioned that people have come from India. And Pakistan, Asia. I mean, Pakistan, India ko to hum ek hi samajhte hain. All right. And it slightly felt a little odd because we are also the sponsors. You see the bag there? We're also sponsors and they missed our name there. Okay. So India is the largest democracy in the country and justice is an important part of this entire community that Mohammed is going to, of course, guide us through with questions. And one of the key focus that we have is to expedite justice. We have this company called lexlegis.ai where we have this legal aid that is Ask, Interact and Draft. Ask is for legal research, Interact is for document interaction, and D is for drafting. We have a lot of questions. And as we are, please hear me carefully, no prizes here, but as we are in the middle of pandemic and the middle of COVID, are we? No, not really, right? Pandemic and COVID got over. So we should not believe that the problem of legal AI is going to continue. There was an example in the earlier presentation where they said that there was a court case where some lawyer possibly took an output from ChatGPT or someplace and gave it to the court. And I don't think we should, like COVID got over and we were able to solve for it. A lot of problems have been solved. We are talking of May 2023 and December 2023. A lot of the problems have been solved, which I'll be speaking. And just because I heard you speaking, you spoke to our friend Mr. Prashant Shah there. Litigation funding is something where we are able to do a lot of AI. Imagine an era where you are able to predict whether you're going to win this case or not. Litigation funding becomes so much easy. We are building a very large sanctions database. Imagine querying on the sanctions database. We are building one of the largest repository of IP databases, and imagine querying whether this trademark is there in Australia or India or some places. And I'll be speaking a lot more at the 2 p.m. Speaker slot that I have. But thank you for having me here. Over to you, Mohammed, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm trying to be and keep energized. My flight, as everyone, I guess, or many people of you, landed around 4 a.m. and delayed to get my room at 5 and discovered that there was a nightclub just close to my room. So that was wonderful. I was expecting to have some party indeed in Dubai, but not this way and so fast. Yeah, great to be here. My name is Mohamed Afir. I am a business lawyer coming from Morocco, and I do represent, let's say, North Africa because we have offices in Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. Very great to be here. Not the first time, and when I've been contacted to moderate this panel, and I have seen the wonderful people who will be who are joining as panelists. Of course, we can't say no to this. So very pleased. Thank you for your attendance, and thank you for the organizers who invited us. Yeah. So today's topic is about the role of modern technology in the legal field. Yeah. I think it's a topic that is becoming, or probably is already, a very trendy one, and it's on the tongues of everyone, I guess, including our sometimes very conservative job, basically, but developing very, very fast. And before I probably go more into the topic, I would like probably to have a few words for every and single person, starting from left to right, my left to right, or right to left, depending where you are. So, Mehak?
Hello, it's Advocate Afir Mehak from Pakistan, and it's like been 8 to 9 years that I'm working. Someone. Hello, okay. Advocate Aster Mehak from Pakistan. It's been 10 years, like I'm working independently. I own my office, and around 4 to 8 juniors I have. So we are probably working on constitutional laws and civil and criminal laws. Cyber, we are dealing with cyber as well. So I am affiliated with the government departments and UN and European Union. I'm working with them, and we are especially working on marginalized group of Pakistan, like some communities which are deprived of so many things. So we are also working on them. My own organization is on pipeline. So I hope we will continue our session, and you all guys are very open for this forum to ask any kind of question. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Sakshi?
Hi, I'm Sakshi from Delhi. I have my own practice since 8-9 years. We practice in indirect taxes. So that's GST, customs, VAT, service tax, excise, all type of indirect taxes. And I have different partners working with me who work in civil, criminal, IP. And the main practice which I specialize is in taxes. So anytime you have any queries, anything related to taxes in India, you can always give me a call or contact me. Thank you.
Great, Sakshi. What about Mr. Abd Almageed? Dr. Abd Almageed.
My name is Dr. Abd Almageed Eisa. I am a General Legal Advisor of Elite Legal Consultancy, based in my office in Dubai. Also, I was working as an academic mentor in University of Westminster in UK. I also, before that, before I came here, I was working as a legal advisor of African Union for arbitration, litigation, settlements, and agreements. I'm here, I'm based in Dubai. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you for being part of this wonderful panel. So today's topic is about technology, but also modern practice, legal practice. So for you guys, what is for you a modern lawyer, basically? Mehak? Maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. I tend to start with the ladies, but up to you. I mean, this is fine. Yeah? No, I'm sorry.
So the new technology and modern technology, it refers to the great idea of business-centered approach to the legal field. I believe that legal field is only the field which can provide you justice and make a way, and it's a great business, the both way. We, as a lawyer, you can see in two ways. And it's in both ways the technology can help you. Now the question is here, like how much you are aware of technology. It's all about to know that how technology is helping you, or you are taking advantage or benefits from that technology. There are so many softwares and websites. We are just now, my presentation is also there. We will display it later. But the technology is playing a very vital role now. Now the technology has changed the lawyer, the way of practice. Earlier we were like the bookworms, and we were doing all the things by books and research and all that. Through technology, it has changed the mindset and the way we were working, and it's very time saving, and it's taking to another level mental approach. So it's for the new lawyers, I would say, the youngsters, as we all are. So the new lawyers are very very blessed one to have this technology, and they should know how to use in a right way to perform your duties. Thank you.
Thank you. Abd Almageed, any views about what represents for you at least the what a modern lawyer should be or is now?
Thank you so much. I saw the theme is the role of technology in modern law practice. I think as an expert of these issues, I follow the effects of technology on practice law and all sections of law since 2008. Not from now, that the technology transforming the way of law, of practicing law, and civil law or criminal law. Two decades ago. Then starting from for civil law, starting from electronic contracts. Then people sign contracts online, electronic signatures law, and this is from e-commerce law. Then after that, now we moved to very advanced technology, say AI. AI now more or less based on Web3. This is AI transforming the way of practicing law, the way of forming contract, the way of litigation, arbitrations, and even investigations. That is why, from now to the future, that I think the practicing law, even in the court, there is no way for traditional process. Because now if you see that here in Dubai or in UAE, since 2020, they started remote litigations. Now from anywhere, you can manage your case here in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai. That is why I think this is the way of technology, impact of technology on law practicing. Also helping lawyer and something like that. That in this section we can give more details about that issue. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. Sakshi, any views on this?
In India, we are using technology at a very great level in all the High Court, Supreme Court, and the district courts. So our filing has become compulsorily online. So whatever cases we are filing, all the records happen to be online now from the beginning itself. We don't need to maintain any physical copies, any physical records. Everything is scanned, put online, and then the filing happens. Now, because of technology, we can file anytime. Earlier, it was like till 2 p.m. we could do the filing, but now we can do it even at 12 a.m. So now the time period, like the flexibility, the efficiency, everything has increased a lot. And it is compulsory to do it online so that everybody becomes technologically efficient and is at the same page. Even our judges have the online copies. They don't use any physical papers now. At least they try not to use any physical papers. And they have all their iPads and everything in place, because of which they can also read online and we can also do it online. We don't need to carry heavy files to the court now. Secondly, all the client meetings now happen online. So even if I'm in one state and I need to connect to the other state, then that is very, very easy for us, which was very difficult earlier. And after the COVID, the technology, the use of technology has even increased multifold times. Thirdly, all the hearings in Delhi and even in major states in India now are happening online. Because of that, we don't need to travel to other places. It's cost effective. Our clients don't need to pay for the traveling cost, so they are also quite happy about it. So that they can hire us, they can hire the experts from different states, but they don't need to pay for the traveling cost. So technology is a boon for us, but there are few drawbacks, which is like data management and data security. So there is a chance of leak. That is the main problem. Otherwise, technology is completely a boon for lawyers like us.
Good. Sakar, you're also professional of technology. Yeah? We've been having a brief chat earlier, and you were talking about your amazing career path and how you develop your own solutions. Maybe you can tell us what you witnessed or how you witnessed the advancement of technologies during the last few decades, and how you see it also for the future.
Yeah, thank you, Mohammed. I think just taking cue from the earlier question that you asked about how do you see the modern law in the future, I think let us understand that law is not technology and technology is not law. The role of law is to expedite justice, that there should be fair play, and that is why there is a law for everything. There would be chaos otherwise. Technology is supposed to be enabling law. If anything that expedites justice, I think that should be welcomed by everybody. Technologies keep changing. Earlier we used to use books, etc. And now then came databases where people could search online. And now is what we are seeing in AI. I think this community of lawyers, it is a single community which actually upholds humanity everywhere, because that's the purpose of a lawyer, right? So to answer your first question, the modern law, I see a lot of use of technology being done in the future, just with one single purpose, is to expedite justice, number one. Over my last 25, 28 years of being in this technology field, I've seen a dramatic shift from just using a database to get some, because we used to have search engines where you could search words within paragraphs. So supposing you were searching for the word res judicata, so res judicata within this, in the same paragraph, etc. But now it is so much evolved, and now we can have semantic meanings. And we used to have those catch notes and phrases and head notes that we used to read, so that we don't have to read the entire judgment. The judgment could be, say, a 30-page or a 300-page judgment. So there were humans writing judgments. But now we have seen that use of technology and AI, we are able to read the semantic meaning and almost read in between the lines to nudge the lawyer. And I think technology is never going to replace law. Technology is an enabler. And I just see a dramatic shift in the next 24 months on how technology is going to be used, ultimately just to save more time. And if you see, the word time and expediting is related. So when you save time, you expedite justice.
That's great. Thank you. And from my side, I can share with you an example that I had a couple of weeks ago when I was traveling through Algeria, and I had a meeting with a very well-known lawyer there who does litigation, actually, very well reputed, and everyone and many lawyers go knock on his door asking some questions from time, and I had the pleasure to talk to him. And he is a real dictionary, basically, law dictionary. Yeah? And you always find him on his office with a huge number of books around. And he offers the tea and asks you, to sit and listen. So you better got to have almost the whole day for him. But at the end, it's a great day. But we were talking, and I was having my tablet with me, and I was just responding to emails, and we were discussing at the same time. And he got nervous because I was checking on my tablet, which I understand. And he said, "Oh, Mohamed, what are you doing?" And I said, "Look, I'm doing just a research." And I was using a tool, basically. He said, "Come on, listen. Oh, you kids, like, you never listen, basically." I said, "Let me show you something." And we were talking about this topic he was addressing, basically, and I've been doing some research about that. And I showed it to him. And he said, "Come on, this is bullshit." A few days later, so we continued the journey, we continued the day together. A few days later, one of his associates called me and he said, "Mohamed, what was the tool you were talking about with the partner? Basically, he's very well interested. He doesn't remember the name, basically." And when I talked to the team later, they said he really appreciated that. So it's just an example of, we sometimes our lawyers are known wrongly or rightly as being, very conservative and, within the books, which is sometimes great, of course. But for me, modern lawyers also adopt that kind of tools. Of course, we will address, the ins and outs, the pros and cons of that. But for me, if I may, it's also adopting that kind of tools, whatever the tool can be, useful or not. Yeah. So in that, Mehar, maybe you can tell us how you see the evolution of that kind of tools or that kind of technology within the legal field, basically, or the opposite, how the law firms or the head of legals or compliance sometimes can adopt that kind of tools and technologies. How do you see the development and this marriage and the future between the fields, basically?
If we look around the world, worldwide, the countries like fully developed countries or the countries which like working on technology very well, so they have so many softwares and CRM and e-discovery tools and other so many we can say cyber security awareness sessions and all that. So that developed countries are working on that level. So I will come to the whole world. So that's why I started. So the countries which are fully developed, their law firms are working on so many softwares, and they are working like legal assistance forum, self-help desk and assistance, and we can say a chatbot assistance and all that. So they are like far better learned the technology, and that kind of firms are working on it. But if we look around and we go for the other countries which are underdeveloping countries still working on it, so in that countries I would say that in the capital or in some main city, law firms are working on it. That they are using technologies, they are using so many softwares, they are using the websites, and they are using like chat bot assistants, they are using the e-discovery tools, they are using the cybersecurity awareness sessions, they are giving the knowledge to their young lawyers that how we can use the technology. That's improving their sessions or law firms day by day. If we talk about the underdeveloping countries that are still working on it, trying to learn new things, and if I talk about my own country, Pakistan, in Pakistan, as Sakshi said, that India is also working on technology. In Pakistan, we have a law website, Pakistan law website, and some portals, public portals, where you can approach the justice. You can approach the forum. There you can expedite your work. So that's day by day enhancing the legal field and the way we were used to approach the main legal forum. But the area I want to cover here, like the area which which is not well aware of technologies, which is the area, the people, the main public is not aware of that kind of portals, website and things. So I should say that here on this platform, you guys also think about it, that we should announce such kind of awareness sessions for those people, public, companies and legal firms as well. So then, that after that, these sessions that will enhance the work of lawyer worldwide. Thank you.
Thanks. Is there anybody who wants to add anything else? Yeah?
Yes, thank you so much. And I think that's information technology or AI is now a part of as I said, that for many sections of laws. And now if you look at commercial transactions or civil transaction, you will see that is how to form contracts, how the impact of formation of contracts. Now we have a smart contract now. How is smart contract, for that, how is AI affecting smart contract? Now people or lawyers or parties can write their agreements and then send it to a computer program. A computer program can make a code, write in the code, and then insert in blockchain, and then blockchain will use that for executions. That is why this is very advanced, the very advancement of AI for formation of contracts. Then also for practicing, now AI, many lawyers now using AI to manage the case, like to understand what is in the case, and also they use AI for legal research. Legal is very important for legal research, and also they are using AI for predictive for the case. Is it the case is okay or it's not okay? And also for collecting evidence. This is for litigation. Also for arbitrations, now arbitration is moved too fast by using AI, because now arbitration centers now is that they analyze thousands. They're using AI to analyze thousands of documents for the case for arbitration. Even AI can suggest for them decisions that way. This is for AI. But I think if we look at the AI itself, some people saying that is AI is a machine designed to perform a task that doing by human. But it's not like this. I think AI still is not introduce thought or insights. Just you can order AI to do that something for you. It will not replace lawyer, it will not replace employee, just to do something. AI as a tool. Some people saying that AI can do something, but AI is a tool. We have to, as a lawyer, we have to control AI. We will not leave AI to control us. That is why we use it as a tool for that. That is this issue. For example, for legal research, many people saying that, or some people just give AI, go for ChatGPT, give questions and take information. Not like this. Let him to help you for how to understand the case, to analyze, to some research, and when give you research, give you information, go back to make sure that for this is a good information, real information, go for reference for something like that. That's why sometimes even for data, your clients give you your data for ethics consideration. Client give you your data, and then if you give this data for the third party, like ChatGPT and other things, that will make a problem. Maybe this information will take, that we breach the information data privacy agreement or data privacy. That is why I think when you use AI, take care for that. Because if you look at the case of Colombian Airlines, that they give information of, the lawyer give information of his client Colombian airline, and then this is breaches the data privacy, and also to make very damage for Colombian airline. That is a problem. And then when we ask the lawyer, why you do that? Why you give this information to ChatGPT? He say, the lawyer, I didn't give that. And that's why to make a problem, that's to take care. Then also for cybersecurity, it's important that to use AI and to take care that how we can secure all information what you use with AI. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. My next question is, which is basically not in my notes, and I will talk about these notes. My next question is a little bit tricky. And the floor is open for you guys, but anybody who wants to participate. Would you say or tell to your clients that you are using artificial intelligence or any kind of tools similar to that?
Yeah.
Please.
I am not a practicing lawyer. We've been working with a lot of people. And I can give you one very senior lawyer in India when we showed them the output. And this is a cue for all of you to think. In April or May 2024, he was sitting and I showed him the output and said, so this is what we are doing. Our models were very preliminary at that point of time. He asked a very tricky question, because when you see AI first as a solution, you want to first ask a question that you already know an answer to. And he got up and he said, I disagree with it. And he went to the washroom. He came back. So can I see this answer again? And he said, what happened was then in the washroom, the only thing that I was thinking, why did I not think of this approach? I think there is no harm in telling everybody that using the latest technology, but ensuring that you understand that AI will never be able to do 100% of your work as long as you are ensuring that the client gets justice. What's the harm in telling people that you're using technology to ensure that you have all the areas covered properly? And that's a cue for all the lawyers here, but
Please, Mehak.
As I was filing a divorce case, so I was in a hurry, so I just started drafting on ChatGPT. I put it all the details, and like we don't mention the card number, country card numbers and all, but a kind of a name and the case details. We call it facts, right? So I just made the draft, and after that I just filed the case. When judge called me and he said, "Have you used ChatGPT?" I was like, why, sir? He said, no, answer me. Have you used it? I said, is there any harm? Like, is there anything wrong I have done it? This technology is for us. This technology has made it for us to make our work easy. To make it easy. It's not about that the ChatGPT is working for us or we are not doing anything. Main facts, main grounds are in our mind. As the law is, law always says, what is the intention? If anyone is there who's doing criminal law, they know that always law comes from the legislature, and legislature's intention is very important. So ChatGPT cannot tell the intention. It's just a tool which is assisting you. Okay, so I told that judge that yes, I have used it, and after that I just did my all work, and now I'm in the court, not any robot is in the court. So he said, you have an answer? Okay, that's fine. Like why, I would say that why people want to know that why you are using ChatGPT or AI. It's a tool, it's just a tool to assist us, that's it.
Sorry,
I'd like
Mohammed.
to add.
Sorry, were you filing your divorce case or somebody else's?
I'm just single.
All right.
Okay, so so in litigation, maybe we can explain it to the clients, but in advisory, there's a lot of risk, because what people do is that they already go to Google and ask questions, and sometimes those answers are not at all correct. once, just to try, there was a customs related question. I went to the chat GPT and I asked the question. So it said that the tax will be levied, but I had a solution because of which I could save tax. Now if people just go to chat GPT or any other AI platform and they ask questions, then we'll be actually out of work. And those questions which they ask and the answers which they get are mostly not correct, especially in taxes. So we are not using it's like it's difficult to say in the open platform, but we are not using AI at all because tax is very complicated and it's changing every day. Like we have GST council meetings happening every month. So GPT, like any AI technology, is not even aware that the law has already changed. So it is very difficult for us to even ask like a very simple question. So I think we are still relying on human minds. Yeah, for legal research drafting, that ChatGPT AI can be used, but not for basic tax questions, the preliminary tax questions, and especially the expert tax questions.
And I think for this question is a very good question. For arbitrations, I think client, even if you wanted to tell him, or he should know that, because sometimes when the clients come you for to define him for arbitrations, he will give you more than thousands of documents. As a lawyer, as an office, maybe you have agreements with machine like IBM, like Kera, like Westlaw, like Lexis. This is machine they arrange, they make for you arrange their documents, and also what is important and not important. They make language processing, natural language processing for you. That is what is legal language, with not legal language, and that is why it will arrange for you, and you save your time and save money. That is why I think for these documents for arbitration, it's better to talk to him or to tell him that I'm using AI. I'm using AI as a tool to arrange, to predict for your case, to make a legal research, to arrange your documents. If you did that, if I do that traditionally, it will take time, more than months for that. That is why I think that for litigations, but we have to take care for litigation. Client will give you information, their information, and his case, and his special case. This is special case. If you use ChatGPT or use any machine, other machine, you know that we share a third party this information for your client. If he agree or not agree. If he not agree, is this his data privacy. That's why if he did not agree, and also someone get information when you use ChatGPT, and this information damaged for your clients, it will make a problem for you. That is why you breach the privacy law. That is why I think you have to talk to him, to speak to him. If he agree, it's okay. If not agree, it's okay. But also, if when you use ChatGPT, use with machine, use your responsible institution or responsible machine or responsible company. That's why that if any for problem, you can go back for that by agreement. This is now, we have seen, sorry that for long speaking, we have seen that for IP. Sometimes when you come to IP for ethical consideration, someone asks AI to create trademark for him. And then the machine that created trademark, also the one who controls this machine gave this information to another one, and also ask him to create the same trademark. When the first guy went to the court, and the court saying that no, this is AI creation, it's not human creation. But the main case, he asks that information I gave to this one and to this company gave to other one, and that has become case, and also they receive penalty or receive penalty for that, the company and the second one. That is why I think when you use AI, try to take care and for information of your clients. Thank you so much.
Sakar, you wanted to add something, I guess.
Yeah, I respectfully, slightly also disagree with this question and some opinions that are being formed in the market. That will you tell your clients that I use AI? Or you should take client permission or things like this. I'll tell you why. AI is not a replacement for lawyer and will never be. They are your paralegal assistant and are supposed to do 80-85% of your work, maybe 50% of your work. The client is coming to you for help, maybe paying you money, and not your paralegal, whether it is your human paralegal or a technology paralegal. AI, as long as it is being used as an assistant to you, why should we even bother? As long as we are rechecking the work and we are going ahead, I think there should really be no botheration and no concern on that. It's just another technology. I think it will be just another, which nobody will ask questions in the future. If you're blindly just copying and forwarding it, I think if a paralegal possibly does some research and forwards the errors that might come there, the errors may come here too. I think that's my submission.
Yeah, pretty much aligned. For my own practice, I sometimes receive this question basically, and to be honest, I am very happy to say that we do use technology. Yeah. And technology is not about only research, basically. It's about PowerPoint, for example. I do work with PowerPoint. I don't really work with Word. Basically, it doesn't come from me. I'll tell you, from one of my associates who is very bright in technologies, and that's why. And I wanted to bring her with us, but Gen Z doesn't travel on the weekends, So, So PowerPoint or many other tools, I'm very happy to say, to tell to my clients that 25 slides come from there. But I'm also very happy to tell them that nobody except myself in this specific topic would have brought you this idea, basically. Very respectfully to all your bright ideas, guys. But and the client will afford to pay the fees, even if we say this is coming from AI, but the answer and the genuine answer comes from the lawyer himself who does practice, basically. And I can tell you an example. I have a client here in Dubai who also covers North Africa. She sometimes does some legal research on ChatGPT, and she calls me. She said, Mohammed, I'm sure Algeria works like this and Morocco works like this. And sometimes I just, tell her, send it to me by writing. She sent it to me by writing, and it's so much easy to identify that this is coming from ChatGPT, basically. And then, basically, information sometimes are real and true. I personally use it. But the reality of the thinking of the lawyer, the critical thinking behind that doesn't exist, basically. I think at this moment that I discover AI doesn't exist there. And there should be no shame. And I think the shame or probably the lawyers who do not basically want to share the fact that they do use this kind of technologies are more thinking about the fees. Yeah, I think it's the topic, basically. What do you think about that, guys? Fees, invoicing, while you have done some work using AI. Hourly rate, half of it, 50% discount, 200% more because you have hired somebody who is very bright in technology. Well, actually, it's an idea, actually. Yeah?
It's not actually about the fees or the invoicing, it's about the trust. In India, I can speak about India. See, the technology is still moving ahead, but it has not reached that level that if I tell my client that I used AI to do... research is always happening online since 25 years, so that everybody is aware about. Even my updates, even my, the things which, like the acts, the rules, everything is online, that's okay. But if we say that, okay, you asked us a question and we went online and used AI to research, then they'll be like, okay, then we can also do this. So there comes a trust issue that why should we hire a lawyer to do this?
That's true.
So in India, it is still there. But I think we are moving ahead, and after 10-15 years, we'll be more open to say that, okay, we use the help, we were assisted by AI. And people will know the difference between being assisted by AI and the work being done totally by AI. Right now, the difference is it's difficult for the people to comprehend that difference, to mark that line that AI is only assisting and not doing the complete work. So even if we are using AI, the AI cannot work without us. Till the time we don't ask the right question, they cannot answer. So I think people will get to that point, and then we can also openly say that we were assisted by AI.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just
I say thank you. I think it's the issue is not the fees, because you know that the fees is connect or relate with qualifications of the lawyer who manages the case. It's not for this is the fees, but how I manage this case, how you can succeed in this case, how I'm using traditional issue tools or I'm using AI tools. If I'm using AI tools, it's so expensive for me because, for example, if I, that work for arbitration case, and I pay for like IBM or like Keza for more than 100,000 a year to arrange documents for me. It's not free. Some people using ChatGPT might be free, but for specific issues, for documents, for analysis, for legal translations, also this you have to, as an office, you have to pay maybe more than what you receive from your client. That is why I think the issue is how to manage the case. But AI, I think AI now for some lawyers, for some offices, is expensive and adding fees because the lawyer always paying for the machines for the companies to manage that case. And I think also for using AI itself, as I insist for that, AI is a tool to help us. But for more advice for you as a lawyer, now AI is moving, they are moving very fast. We have to catch this advancement. Now, for example, for commercial transaction or for civil transactions, now AI for contract formations now is in level 4. But next year, engineering society saying that we will go for level 5. But someone, they moved, maybe they will automate all things of formation of contracts. This is when client come to you, you have to understand how is it and how AI working. But because that AI now is moving very fast than we operate our cases, or we margin our cases. That is why maybe AI is now developing more than was. But the issue of is still for a long time. AI will be as a tool, and also the lawyer's qualifications is the core work of for managing cases. Because AI will not help you to succeed in the case, but it will help you for some processing. It will not introduce legal thought or legal insights for you, but it will help you to manage the case. That is why this is a specific point of me when I teach some AI law for the student. I told them, don't worry about law, AI. Just AI is a tool, but it will go more advanced than we are managing our cases, managing our cases for lawyers, for our client. But for me, I think it's still we will paying a lot for companies that is managing AI to help us. That now is companies still establishing, is still that is managing AI. Now for example, for legal translations. Legal translations, if you look at in Dubai, there is a many company of legal translations. But those companies using AI for translate. But they will charge you more than before. But if yourself here, if you go to ChatGPT or any machine, they will translate your documents better than that companies. But it's still going. That's why I think now this is they're using AI as a tool, and yourself you can use AI as a tool for legal translation, for legal research, for other things. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Saka.
Yeah, so I think there is a limitation. We are limited by our thoughts, Mohammed. And I think a lot of the legal fraternity is looking at AI as possibly drafting or doing very simple work. But let me, I think, add two very small points, possibly to enlighten and get that thought process going. Maybe they can, take it forward when they go home. I'll give two use cases, and then they should think that whether we should use AI or not. Let me give you this use cases. So we have a client which is a large hotel industry in India, and they've got about 500 properties on rent. They may be having more than 5,000 properties, but 500 properties are on rent, and they have a bunch of agreements. And suddenly the chief legal officer wanted to know which of these agreements don't have an auto renew clause. Right? That means it should not happen that one day they get a notice, sorry, please empty your hotel because now there's no auto renewal clause. Now 500, now supposing if you are their lawyers on record, and if those agreements come to you, would you spend 60 days and a battery of counsels to manually go over it and try to find out which, or possibly do this work in 2 minutes and get a neatly drafted table, but manually get it checked once? Will you do that? Yes or no? The answer lies there, whether you should tell people whether you're using AI or not. A second example I like to give to you, which is beyond text, which we had a recent discussion with the government of India, somebody in the police department, very senior in the police department, that there has been a crime scene and there's a photograph. There are multiple photographs, possibly 200 photographs of a crime scene. And I want to question this photograph. Forget about text now, all right? I mean, we all are thinking about drafting, questioning, research. I want to question this photograph. How many bottles or how many glasses were on the table? Did you find any empty chair? Did you find anybody wearing a yellow shirt? Because possibly there was a yellow button fall out and you wanted to find out maybe 6 months later after the crime. And imagining questioning videos and images as your practice in, everybody here, may not be in crime, but I'm just telling you as a use case. Do not think AI as limited to text. It could be audio, it could be visual, it could be images, it could be videos, and you should be able to question, like as if you're asking, so supposing if you've got 3,000 images and you have a running video, would you first give it to a paralegal person and say, all right, I've got this 30 questions, answer this, or would you want to put it on AI and give it to answer in 5 minutes time? I think this kind of thought process is going to nurture and grow the legal tech industry rather than just limiting to that, okay, it's tech, it's research, it's drafting. And I think there also lies an answer whether you want to tell your client that you're doing this or not.
Thank you, Saka. Mehak?
I would say that my colleague said very well that ChatGPT and the AI tools, the other softwares, it's not about text, because I usually, when I sit in my office and I'm free, so I start talking to the ChatGPT. And when I started this, I was confused that how it will understand my accent and my language. But whenever I just study constitutional things and precedents, when I don't understand the main basic legal terms of the precedents, so that time I just talk to the software and I just tell it in my own native language, then it converted to the English language or the other language and make it easy for me to understand. It's not all about to write, it's not all about to draft any petition or litigation. It's about to how to understand the new laws, how to understand the new, the new ideas which is shared by the mostly lawyers, international lawyers. They are just giving the so many newsletters on the magazines and all that. When you want to know, or when you want to aware of new laws or things or technology, so you can talk to that software as well. So I think that my colleague said very well, it's not all about the writing.
Thanks. I'd like to ask somehow a question that my dear friend Sakar will not like, probably as an editor. Is there any threats for the legal industry and the lawyers having all these AI tools coming into the market and then probably replacing junior, senior lawyers, whatever the role can be? Sakar. don't be
big
mad.
threat, big threat, a very big threat. And the threat is that mediocrity will go.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and when I say mediocrity will go, I don't mean that so-called not very good lawyers will go out of practice. I mean their standards will go up. So mediocrity will absolutely go, and there will be small boutique firms being able to offer world-class services at fraction of a cost and fraction of a time. And in case, I think there's a very big threat, and threat is not AI or the technology. The threat is the mindset, and people who don't change the mindset, there's a very big threat.
No, interesting. I hope nobody from a bar association here is representing any bar association about mediocrity, but nobody about that. So, interesting. So you mean opportunities are there to, let's say, enhance the level of knowledge and enhance the level of service, enhance the level of how do you guys see it?
I think here for me, for the questions, I think it's not important or a big threat for lawyers or for juniors. You know why? As you look at to AI will not introduce, will not think, will not introduce legal insights or conceptions. AI is still as a tool and will continue as a tool. The issue of your legal mind. Here, students in universities, law students, now they're studying law, and then you thought the role to be a lawyer, but they build their legal conceptions, and then when they come to work, they will practice traditional proceeding. AI as a tool, they can use it, but unfortunately, here the legal education is still consist for traditional studying. They did not teach AI law or how AI affect legal practice, to build students that do not worry about AI. And also for AI itself with the lawyer. And AI can, that if you look at someone who is a lawyer and other one is not lawyer, like engineer, the other one looks at the case, he will not understand the process, how collect evidence, how is it succeed to manage this case. But the lawyer, when he sees a case, it will be very easy for him to understand what is happening. And then he can can use AI to help for understanding for the process or for the proceeding. But for treating, I think not. I think because what we see that AI is still now will not replace human thinking, but will help them as if you understand AI very well. That's nice.
Thank you, Doctor.
Just a small point
Please,
to add.
please.
So AI works on the already available information, already available solutions, but human mind is always working on new ideas. So I think when we are working on new ideas, then no lawyer needs to face any threat from technology. So any new idea which comes in, they only get the landmark cases. So I think till the time we have new ideas, we don't need to be scared of the technology. We just need to use it in the right manner.
Thank you. Thank you. In terms of time, are we still okay? Still fine?
We're about to reach the end of the
To reach the end. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look. Okay. Look. Very practical. Also, question is to the dear colleagues, but also to Sakar also, because Sakar, you're in he doesn't pay me anything. I mean, there's no advertisement around that. But Sakar, and as an editor, I think you are in contact with legal departments, but also law firms, right? And you provide solutions for them, right? So what are the main, let's say, 2-3 concerns usually that the people, when the customers reach out to you, what are their concerns basically? Can you summarize some of them? And of course, the ladies and gentlemen, please feel free after that.
So regarding our payment arrangement, are we not supposed to speak about that? All right. I think the main concern is customer privacy and the ethical standards we need to follow. And I'll give you a very interesting example. So I'm standing here on the stage and I threw the flower vase to my chauffeur or my driver, and he didn't catch it. It hit his head and he died. I have written to my lawyer and I've thrown it, but he missed it. Now the lawyer basically has a bunch of data which he uploads on an AI platform. Imagine if this data gets leaked out. Whether this person is guilty or not will be proven later. But there's an admission of the fact that you have taken a particular action. A big question that comes to us is the client data. How can I, rely on giving it to any third-party company? And therefore, this is one big question. The second question is the stigma associated with some news of AI, etc., generating incorrect content or not very correct content. So if you would know, the company ChatGPT is owned by a company called OpenAI, where Microsoft has invested. There is a competitor. I represent LexLegis.ai. I don't represent them. So there is one single competitor that we have globally, and that's not competitor, friends, I would say. It's called Harvey.ai. And they have been invested by OpenAI. And then Google Ventures invested in them. Why would an OpenAI invest in a legal tech firm? So we need to understand that three specific fields, law, medical, and finance, cannot be gray. They cannot be shades. I mean, law is black and white, There has to be correct or there has to be not be correct. So, these questions that are especially coming to us are about customer privacy and these outputs. And I think there's a lot of effort going on with companies like what we are doing, etc., to focus on getting these things out. And all of the law firms that we know, none of them are using these open GPTs, whether it is Anthropic or Gemini or GPTs are general. These chats could be ChatGPT or Gemini. They are not. They are trying to work on concentrated, specialized models. And once you're able to convince them that this is what we are doing document grounding, we're doing web grounding, sources grounding, etc., which I'll speak later also. I think that question is gone. But to answer your question, one is on hallucinations, and second is on customer privacy. These are the two major concerns that are there in the industry.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies.
I would say that in this world, what is the most precious thing? I believe that now the most valuable thing is data. Because we are in an era of technology and now the data is very important. The one who have a lot of data, they can use it in any way. So I would recommend that the law firm founders and the lawyers who are here and our other colleagues, that First of all, the strong password policies, strong PII, and the other softwares for security, cyber security, that should be very strong for every firm, because your client, there is a term in law, privileged communication, right? So the privileged communication should be privileged, whether we are working by hand on writing or whether we are working through any kind of technology we are using. So the data should be secured, your privacy should be secured, your study and your client's study as well, your client's matter as well, because his privacy, his data is very precious. So I would say that every firm that you are using technologies, first of all, they should take all the PII and cyber security and I would say strong policy, password policies and software. First, they should achieve this one for their firm. Then they should use the other technologies. That's my recommendation. Thank you.
So, according to me, the main concern is confidentiality. So, working in taxes, clients trust us a lot and we have all their numbers, all their books. So, the main concern for us is that if we upload something and then let's say, God forbid, it gets breached, then all the data can come online. So, I think, but if we have good measures for it, we can still go ahead and use technology.
Thank you. I think also for me, the issues of have trusting with the client, and client trust you for that. How to try to ensure him that your data privacy and your data is secure, and you have to use that very secure machine, and you have to work to have cyber security for your work. And then, because here in UAE, we have data privacy law, very important law, and also specific, and there is more details about data breach. That is why I think for the lawyer and for our colleague on law firms, very important to secure and to confirm that your clients, your data is very safe. If you think that is any breach of his data, try to to stop working, because we have seen many cases for application of data privacy law here in UAE. Many cases it happened by some careless of that's of the office, because they put the information in the machine. They try to arrange the documents by the machine, and this machine some is hacking for your office, and then they will publish this data and make a damage for your client. That is why very very important to use. Is not I'm not recommended for people to do not use AI. Use AI as you want, as it can help you, but try to secure the data of your clients. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your amazing answers and views. Indeed, I'm pretty aligned with what you guys have brought. Any new panelists come in? I have been preparing this session, and well, myself not probably, but I have asked this associate who is very bright into using technology, and she has prepared very beautiful questions. But I feel like this is coming from some AI tools. Questions are very good. The thing is that I haven't been using most of them because I feel like these questions lack of a human touch. And this is where I think the real lawyer's touch needs to be, the personality, but also, of course, the experience, but also the way of thinking. It has brought to me, because I've looked into it yesterday during the travel, and it brought to me a framework, a beautiful framework, a way of thinking. Yeah. But finally haven't used this because what we had now is a real interaction. a real discussion. And the more the team, the panelists were bringing ideas, the more questions were raising there, which weren't specifically there in my questions. Yeah. My apologies for the humor from time to time that isn't provocative questions, but this is exactly what sometimes clients expect and need, which AI doesn't bring. I think unless you have a very good prompt, if I may, and again, no personality there. So I think there's huge opportunities using the AI, and again, thank you. Anything else you want to add, dear colleagues? Yeah, Mehak, Mehak, I think you had something to present, right? Some data, no?
Do you want to present?
I just want to present the chart.
Okay, the chart.
Yeah.
PPT.
I made a presentation for today's the topic, the role of technology in modern law practice, like how it affects our daily routine, the work, and how the security and how you can get the clients. So while using the technology, how you can get the clients, how you can secure their data, and how you can establish your firm internationally. I made this presentation on all the things, but because of the shortage of the time, I'm just trying to show you that how technology is helping you to get the client. First of all, I can't see this, but you can see this, that how the Google, the technology, the app, the website, the search engine is going to, people get to know that you are a lawyer. Like, I'm a lawyer. Nobody knows if I'm just in my own city. But if I make a website, I'm working internationally, I use technology. So there is my data, there is my work, there is, identification of mine. So how I can get the client from all these social websites and other websites, and you can see the percentage. Can you stand there? You can see the all percentage area, that how our website and Google and Facebook and meeting to guys and organizations giving you the client its own. So you can check this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe we should take a few minutes for questions, for comments, for any additions, for those who want to disclaim now or claim that they are using AI and tell it to their clients. Anybody?
We have one question.
Thank you. My name is Greg McFarland. I'm here from Moray, and we are very big users in the legal space of AI. I wanted to make a comment about the question that came about the interplay between AI and legal fees in a law firm, because there is a very natural connection between the two. Why would we use AI? Because it either makes the work product better or it makes us get there quicker. I'd suggest it does both of those things, which creates a problem. I give you better work product in less time, you give me back less money. And I think that's something that needs to be focused on and addressed. And where the market is going, and where I suggest everybody think in this direction, is away from the billable hour. The billable hour is a way to say, how much value did I give you? Instead, AI gives us the ability to say, what was the product I give you? And it gives us an ability to give it to you in less time, but also predictably less time. So I think the future for everybody to think of is, here's how much it costs to do X. That cost can come down for the client, but profitability come up for us if we move to alternative fee agreements. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
Yes. Any other question from the audience?
I think
Yes,
I
we
have
have
a
one.
question, but it's rather something that I wanted to share. I think the mic is working.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. So I recently delivered a continuing legal education program for the New York State Bar Association, which said, how do you use legal research and AI together? As lawyers, we take pride in educating other lawyers, fellow industry leaders, and make their jobs easy. So, one interesting thing about that session was 80% of the attendants did not know basic legal AI research tools. And when we asked them why, and that is what they told us: trust. Your clients would not trust you if you tell them that you're using AI. I mean, leave clients. I went to ChatGPT once and I was in a hurry and I asked it to give me some questions, some case laws on intellectual property. And I was very precise in my directions, and it gave me made up case laws. Now, I wanted to act fast, but I still knew that as a lawyer, you need to think wisely. And you just cannot present your clients with something that the internet or the AI offers you. And so I went back and I checked, and I was shocked. The cases, the citations never really existed. That is that one day I realized how AI could be such a threat to your credibility as a lawyer. I mean, imagine leaving your clients in such a situation. I think that just ends your practice there and then. So yeah, that is one experience that I wanted to share with AI.
How much do you pay ChatGPT? How much do you pay ChatGPT?
we don't pay ChatGPT.
Excellent. So that answers the question. There's a phrase in India. I'll recite it in Hindi and then translate it in English. It says, Sasta roy bar bar, mehenga roy ek bar. In the sense, if you go for a cheap alternative, you're going to cry for life. And you go for a proper, well-paid alternative to anything in life, you'll not have to cry. So if people are going to use this free kind of models, which are not trained on law, geez, these GPTs and all, like I told you, they have invested in legal tech, etc., separately in a separate company, is because they are trained on a very large platform. And you all would know concepts like LIFO. Anybody here who can tell me what LIFO is? FIFO,
Yes, I
LIFO?
know. Yeah. First in, first out.
And do you know what GIGO is?
Get in, get out.
It is garbage in and garbage out, right? So these are very large trained models on general forums and legal forums, etc. You have to have specific models. So please, my request is stop using general, and you have not paid anything. Don't expect good results from models like that, please.
Yeah, but like how many people agree that they want to pay for something like that when they have full-time paralegals with them? So that is like an added cost for a lawyer. And then you get no recognition from your clients. So I just feel like that's just an added burden on attorneys and on lawyers, as also trying to maintain your paralegals, your juniors, your associates, and also maintaining your practice. And then also paying AI to do the same job. So it just feels like AI is maybe not that important, maybe important when it's paid. I mean, I think that's an ongoing debate.
The last touch, we say the last touch is the responsibility of the lawyer.
Yeah, exactly.
The human touch. Why the human is important? Why the ChatGPT is not the all thing? It's just the assistant, that's it.
Yeah.
I think that there is a question behind, I think, yeah.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Olamide Aleshinloye. I'm from Udo Udoma and Bello Sage, a senior associate at Udo Udoma and Bello Sage. Just to lighten the room, the question was asked, how much you pay ChatGPT. As of December, there was a tagline which we call Dirty December in Lagos, Nigeria. And I was saying that I'll take ChatGPT with me to my office party. It's going to take some wine as well, as I'm having, small chops and the likes, just to lighten the room. But essentially, what I was going to do is make a contribution. My comment is essentially to say that, the use of ChatGPT or such AI technologies must be done in a responsible way. We've heard about threats. We've heard many experiences from, our distinguished panelists right there. And, I'm happy to say that I'm happy to exist in the old and the new. Now, questions were asked about FIFO, about GIGO, and might I add that there are young lawyers, for instance, who do not know how to use the library properly. Some do not know books like the White Book on civil procedure. Some do not know even books like Hosbury, and, when you're, for instance, doing a legal opinion, and you cannot refer to these monographs. You can't refer to these texts. You can't refer to case law, that you actually found in texts that are specific for special needs in law. Then right there is the problem. For us at Udo Odoma and Bello Osagie, we have an internal policy, and that's what I'll advise that, law firms also look into putting together an internal policy on the use of AI, the fact that it could actually discredit your work as a lawyer if you do not, act or use the AI tools responsibly. There is data breaches that can happen. There is data privacy issues that can occur, and all of those things could, wreck your practice that you've built, for Udo Odoma and Bello Osagie in the last 41 years. So I just wanted to make those contributions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Ashna.
All right. So I think all of us would agree that this is an ongoing debate, and I think we never will have a final answer to whether it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. Is it a threat? Is it something that's a boon or a bane? But this one was a thought-provoking session and very well moderated by you. I think on behalf of WLF, I would now request you to please present the mementos to our panelists. And I think we can now have the photos done.
Congratulations. Doctor. Sakshi.
And this one is for our mod.
All right, let's all of us present, please. Thank you.
Thank you for your contributions, panelists. I think we all have dissenting opinions here, but there's one thing that we all would agree to. As long as whatever we're doing with AI, as long as it does not render us unemployed, we're fine with it. So with that, I'd like to move on to